Hello and welcome. So today we are in the new world, right by the canal, and we are going to build a little, or it's not that little actually, but it's a tattoo parlor. So the downstairs is going to be the business area, and there's going to be a little apartment on the top floor. So that is what we are building today. So I had to fiddle around a bit because it didn't match up where I wanted to, but I just scooted over this little bump out a bit, and then we could get a fully straight line at the top so that the apartment upstairs could be a little bit more easily furnished. So that's what we're going for, and trying to fit in these roof pieces with each other and make it somewhat of an interesting shape to the roof. So we have two bumps out, one in the back and one in the front, and the one in the back is going to have a higher roof because it needs to fit in with the other gabled roof, and the one in the front we're going to be lowering down because I do want windows at that point as well. So it's going to be a bit lower than it is now. So adding in some lights so we can see what we're doing, and then making a roof trim around these roofs. It's became a bit of some sort of crisscross not matching up. I don't know what's wrong with the roof, and there's nothing I can do about it, so it's just have to be like that at the top part of the roof. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, and yeah, it annoys me, but I can't fix it. It's a roof thing, so let's just look at something else. So this is going to be 2 rooms where you can tattoo people, and a big waiting area, and also 2 toilets where the guest can go if they have to. And the upstairs is just a simple 1-bedroom apartment with open planned kitchen living. So it's still a decent size, but most part is the business part of this little building. So trying to use as much of the new furnitures and windows and roof colorings and flooring and wallpapers and so on as possible in this build, so that you get to see what this pack has to offer. I think it's quite a good pack when it comes to building. There's a lot of nice things in there, and they have thought about a lot of the different things in the different areas, like there's no new kitchen set, and there's no new toilet, but there are new things in the bathroom, like the bathtub and the sink and so on. So there are things from every aspect. So it's not just about the business, there is also things you could use for building your own house. So that is good. A new trash cans or trash bins, whatever you prefer to call them, and I put them on the side of the building, and I'm going to make them a little bit more secluded by adding some hedges around there. And this new little plant, wall hanging plant that came with this pack is adorable. I really love that one. So that's a good plant. So I use it in a couple of spots in this build. So yeah, that turns out very well. And here's the hedges I was talking about. I will fill in that second row with 1 more hedge, but I won't do that until later, because that gap is yeah, it's disturbing me. So yeah, I'll go in and fix that. And trying to have some greenery around, and this tree that I put in the front with the lights is just adorable as well. So I was thinking that they had hung up some lights in the tree, so make it look pretty for the customers. And then I go around and put some hedges around most of the build, actually, because I want it to be a bit more private, because there are like these two rooms on either side where you do your tattooing, and there are windows into those rooms. I put some of the windows a little bit higher up so you can't peek in, but on the sides, you could stand out there and look through the window, see what's going on, and well, maybe you want some privacy. If you're getting tattooed, you might be half naked in there, who knows. So yeah, I tried to cover them up with a hedge, and I will also be putting some curtains inside when we get to that part. Terrain paint, very important, so that it actually looks like the things are growing where you put them. So that's what we're going around doing, and just finishing up those edges to make it not so harsh and making it look like it's slowly becoming more grassy. And then we need some more lights in this area, because I wanted it to be well lit in the evening, like a really pretty place to walk past even at night time. So I put a lot of little lights around in the garden areas and so on. Tried this little awning above the window upstairs, but it just didn't fit, and the window upstairs is quite low down because I wanted it to match with the kitchen that is going there. But I actually will be raising it up a bit later so that it matches better with the upper cabinets in the kitchen. Had a little bit of trouble to dig this thing out, and later it will have caused me even greater problems, because that has made the roof poke inside instead, and that's not what we want. So I will go and fix that by adding a second wall upstairs. So it's a really secure place. You will not be having any visitors from the downstairs up into your apartment, because you have to go through the staff room, and there's a wall there, and then you head up and there's another wall. So there are two entry doors to get into the apartment. So yeah, it's safe and secure. I wanted to use this wallpaper a lot. It's so pretty, but it turned out a little bit too much, so I added some black sidings on some of the walls to break it up a bit, especially behind where the desk is going to be, that you come in and sign up for your tattoo, and maybe choose which tattoo to have, and so on. So yeah, this is where the roof is poking in, so I'm starting to change around a bit the layout of the room, and it still didn't work as I had planned, and that's when I put it in the other door upstairs as well. So choosing some doors, and I wanted like there are regular doors into the tattoo rooms, but into the staff room I wanted like more of a front door. So I have the same door into the staff room and out of the staff room into the staircase area. So yeah. And then I have actually another door upstairs, because it has a quite black tone downstairs, but upstairs it's more of a brownish tone over the apartment. So I wanted to use a brown door upstairs instead. So this is one of the waiting areas where you could sit and wait for your time or for your appointment, or maybe if you have someone with you for support, they could sit out here and wait, or in the room, because I will be putting some extra chairs or a little stool that you could sit on and wait. And here I wanted some crazy just decorations to make that little area stand out, so I chose some things that I thought was a bit wacky. And I chose this orange because it's some sort of orange yellow flower in the wallpaper, so I thought that these curtains, well, they made the room a little bit brighter, so yeah, I like them. And then I'm just cluttering up the desk a bit with a phone, and also some tattoo coloring little bottles, and I will also be putting a little book where you could sign in later, and where they write down which time you have and who is to tattoo you and so. And yeah, also a little waiting area in the front in this bay window area, and using these yellow curtains again over the entrance door. And a little hanger just so you could hang your jacket or whatever. And I wanted to use these not napkins. I lost the word now. These, oh, what's the word? Förkläde in Swedish. Yeah, to protect your clothes, because I think you maybe have that. I don't have any tattoos, but I've watched some videos of people getting tattoos at different studios, and some of them actually have like these. Still haven't found the word for it. I do know the word. Yeah, to cover up a bit and not get stained. They have some covers. I tried to sign inside, but it was too big and too bulky, so I didn't want it. But these new wall decorations are actually pretty cool, so I thought that I had maybe had some artist come in and draw on the walls and made some decorations especially for this place. So some graffiti artists that they have paid to decorate the rooms in here. And I used this, I know it's for the outside, but I wanted it to make it some kind of special hanging thingly-mobob, so I used it behind the regular clothes hanger. So yeah, and there's the book I talked about earlier, where you could sign in and see which time you have and so on. Going in with some dark red curtains in these, and I think I go for green in the other room, but this room, we'll have to see when we come back to that. But this room has red curtains and a small little table with all of the things you need to tattoo somebody, like the color and the needles and so on. And I thought about putting up some covers for these windows, but they are so high up, so it didn't fit very well. So I just thought that, they could do that. Yeah, I put in the green, so as I thought. So red in the other room and green in this room. And yeah, we are going to decorate the two little toilets, and there's nothing special in there. It's just a toilet and a sink, and well, a towel to dry yourself, and a little mirror to check yourself out. I also put some big mirrors into the both of the tattooing rooms, because you probably want to check out your tattoo when you're done and see how it looks, right? So yeah, put this little plant in. No, it's not little. Put this big plant in. as a sort of divider into the other room so that you could have a little bit more privacy when you go to the bathroom. And also this neon light as a sort of sign for the desk. Maybe it's the sign for the tattoo parlor. So it's their sign. So I wanted it up on the desk. And then also, well, this string lights, they're really pretty. I tried to put them where I thought was the upper part of the room. But when I head upstairs later, I noticed that they are not downstairs, they are upstairs. So they are coming through the floor upstairs. So I'll have to go back and pull them a bit lower down, and I did that off camera because you already saw me put them up once. You don't have to watch me do it twice. So yeah, but so just so you know, if you download the build and play in it, they are not up on the second floor anymore. They are downstairs now. So yeah, and if you want to download it, my gallery ID is HelenSimmar. Just the same as my name here on YouTube. So yeah, you can find this little tattoo parlor over there if you want to. Or some of my other builds, they're also there. So we're on to the small staff room, and there's not much there. It's not like they have to use the customer's toilet and so on, and there's no real kitchen area in this because, yeah, I was thinking that at least one of the persons working here also lives here, so they could just head up and have some lunch in their own apartment. And I think that they invite the other ones as well, so they maybe for lunch they head upstairs, everybody, for a quick bite. So yeah, the staff room is just for hanging off their clothes, like a little shoe rack and and a little desk to note everything with a laptop. And this I thought was really cute. I put that little hanging plant inside of this fake window as a little decoration in the stairs, and yeah, I think it turned out really cute actually. And yeah, now we're upstairs and you can see that the roofs are poking in again, which meant that it couldn't be like an open plan. So here I go and cut the part off so that we could have a real entry door into this. And here's the brown door that I talked about because, yeah, so I used the same flooring, but downstairs it's in the black swatch and upstairs it's in the brown swatch, and all the doors downstairs are black and all the doors upstairs are brown. And this plant is a little bit too big, so when I play tested it, my sim couldn't get upstairs, so I just sized that plant down before I put this house on the gallery. So yeah, it's one size smaller, but now it's functional, so that's a good thing. It's not a small. It's a quite decent sized bathroom with the necessities, especially since the apartment is quite small. So I think it's a good sized bathroom. But it's just this new tub that I was talking about and the new sink. But the toilet and the shower are from the base game. So it's this build is just base game and businesses and hobbies. So if you have those two, you're good to go with this build. So this is my first plan. This is why I wanted the window that low, because I wanted it to sit flat with the counters. But I go for the smaller cabinets up on top, and that left a weird gap in between, so I decide to raise that window up a bit instead. So the kitchen is quite big, and that didn't leave me with much room, so I'm actually going to shrink it down to this size instead, so that I could fit a sofa and a TV as well in here. But it's still a decent sized kitchen for, as I said, for this size of an apartment. You have everything you need. You have ample space to bake or whatever you want to do. So you have counter space enough to do, well, anything. Just trying to decorate it, not too much. I don't want too much clutter in this little area, and there isn't that much clutter, to be honest, in the base game. And most of the clutter that came with this kit has to do with the hobbies and skills, so they didn't fit very well in a kitchen, and yeah, I wanted it to be kind of bare. So upstairs is a little bit brighter, some more colors to the upstairs than the downstairs. And I used the same wallpaper in the bedroom as I did downstairs, but in the white swatch instead. And well, I like it in both of these swatches, and the rug and the sofa are new. It came with this pack as well, so. Had a hard time finding a table that would fit, but I went with this little one, and it's the same as I used downstairs as well, so it was the best size to fit in there and make it work and look like it's actually belongs there. Tried a dining table, but thought that it looked too cramped and decided to opt out. So instead I went for a bookcase so that you could do some reading, and you'll have to sit by the bar to eat your dinner, and that's just fine. Or you can sit in the sofa and eat in front of the TV. And we're on to the last room, and this is my absolute favorite room of the whole build. I actually really love this bedroom. I would have loved to have this. I was trying to get like a little heart shape, but there wasn't any pieces that could fit into that, so just made like a little, yeah, I don't know what it is, an octopus with a, no, I don't know. I just made it look nice, and put in these new wardrobes, the taller one and the little shorter one, and the matching chair with the wallpaper, and a little corner with flowers, and a simple little rug and some curtains, and the build is finished, and I hope you really liked it. There will be some pictures in the end if you thought it went too fast and you want to see them in a slower pace. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.